Alright, what's up everybody? iToonLink here with a narrated Wi-Fi battle against Mastermind from Quid. And let's go with the match. So he sends out his Torterra, and that's good for me. I mean, actually it's pretty damn good for me, because I'm sending out my Primate, which carries the Ice Punch, which you'll see right here. I go for the Ice Punch here, and unlucky for him, or unfortunately, I will get the Freeze Hacks. But it doesn't really matter, because all he will do is set up his Stealth Rocks, which my team isn't really like damage based off of stealth rocks, so they're pretty resistant to it. So I mean, he just would have got his stealth rocks, not too big of a deal. I don't know, it's not that big of a deal. So he gets his leftovers. I go for another Ice Punch to take him out, and he's obviously going to switch into something that can take the Ice Punch, and I'm just going to scout out for what he sees right now. And so it's looking good, 6-5 right now. He sends in his Blastoise, which will take that Ice Punch like a champ, and I switch out to my Weezing because he's a defense wall, and I usually see like attacking moves on Blastoises now, but he goes for the HP. I think he was predicting my Quagsire, and go for the HP Grass, and it's not going to do anything to Weezing, but I thought he was Choice for some reason, so I'm going to stay in here, take another special defense move or a special attacking move, so he gets the Surf. I mean, that thing did a good chunk to my Weezing. I go for the Will-O-Wisp, just I was predicting the switch, and he avoids it, which is, I mean, it doesn't really matter for me. So I get some leftovers. I'm going to switch out and going to my Swagquire, my Quagsire, and I'm going to take that Surf like a champ because he has Water Absorb. I mean, he's just smiling out there on the field looking awesome. And I'm going to predict that HP Grass, awesome play by me, and go for the Buffalant or whatever, the awesome guy, and get that HP boost or the attacking boost from the Sap Sipper. So then I'm going to go for the Wild Charge, and he's pretty defense, he's pretty bulky, so he's going to take it pretty good. And he lives with like, I don't know, probably like 20 HP, and I'm damaged by Recoil and Life Orb. And he just stays in and he goes for the Toxic, which is bad for my Buffalo, because it is taking all sorts of damage. I mean, right here it took 3 like pieces of damage, and that's just bad for a Buffalo. And he's just gonna get his leftovers, and I'm gonna die off from poison or get weakened from poison. I go for the Rock Climb in case he wanted to switch anything, because I don't have Stealth Rocks up, and I'm just gonna kill off that thing. And it's 6-4 right now, and he's taking some more Toxic and Life Orb damage. And he sits in his Primate. He's gonna U-turn obviously because that thing Choice Scarfed, and I'm gonna switch out because I know he'll die from it, and go into my Weezing, which is defense wall, and I'm going to take that U-turn like a pro because he's really defense bulky. I mean, he's like my favorite defense wall in this RU tier. So, and then he's going to switch out to Magmortar, and obviously he's a special attacker right now because, I mean, he's just going to Fire Blast everything. So I'm going to switch out my Weezing, and I'm going into my Stoutland, which is awesome. I mean, I fucking love this poke. Just like, because I saw that VGC this weekend. I just got back from there, and he's just so good. I mean, he's just a good special defense wall. And I'm going to take that Psychic like a pro, and he's Specs. So just imagine that thing without it being Specs. And I'm just going to get leftovers, and he goes for another Psychic. And that thing's not going to do that much. I'm going to T-Wave it. And this thing just did so good in VGC. I was not expecting it. Like, the guy using it got to the finals, and he lost the finals, unfortunately, because I like to see underused pokes and everything. I go for the Facade. I don't know why I'm not carrying Return, but go for the Psychic and get hit with another Psychic. So, yeah. And get the leftovers and go and switch out my Stoutland. Going to my Alakazam, which he's awesome in this tier, but I didn't know he was unreleased yet. I mean, sorry for not being released, but he did really good for me. I guess that's why. So go for the Psychic. That's obviously going to take that thing out because it's Stab and it's got Life Orb. Oh, actually no. It's like it's got some special defense EVs, and I mean the thing looks pretty bulky anyway. I'm going to get the special defense drop, not like it matters to me, because I'm going to kill this guy with the next hit. And he faints after that, and he sends out a Sharpedo, which means I really hate Sharpedos in this. I mean, because it's kind of like OU to me. I mean, I always see him. So he goes for the Protect, going for the speed boost. And he gets the speed boost, obviously. And I'm going to stay in because I have that 372 speed. So I'm going to go for the Focus Blast. And thank God it hit. I mean, that thing has like 80 accuracy or like 70 accuracy. I mean, that thing it never hits, really. And thank God it hit because that thing would have probably killed my thing. I don't think the crit matter because that thing dies at like tackles and shit. So he sends out his Primate. Obviously going to go for the U-turn again. So I switch out into my own Primate right here. And gonna take that U-turn like a pro because he resists because he's fighting type. And he gets that U-turn. So gonna take that like a champ, obviously. And he goes back to the player. And he's gonna send out his Garvantula, and I'm gonna try to Stone Edge that thing because it's bug type and it'll obviously kill it, but I miss it unfortunately, and that's my first Pokemon dying right here. So I mean, I love that Primeape already because that's Vital Spirit ability. So if anybody wants to lead off with Venomoth or anything or Lilligant, they won't be able to put a sleep power on me. So I sent out my Alaka, and I'm gonna give that thing a Psychic because that thing obviously can't take it. So I kill that Pokemon, Garvantula, and he sends out his Primeape, and it's basically good game right here. And he goes for a Stone Edge. I avoid it right here, like unfortunately. And he's Choice Scarf, so he's not Focus Sash, and he's not gonna be able to take his Psychic. So that was a good game, Mastermind. Everybody check him out, and thanks for watching and sub.